Okay. I don't know. I swear Periscope needs to allow you to flip the camera automatically. So we are going to give some people a chance to hop on tonight's Periscope session, which is, as always, is going to be on my website a little bit later. Hello. So we're going to give people a chance to hop on. I know I have a few other people that are coming on. Hopefully my music is not too loud. This is also going to be on my website, lifesdiary.net, a little bit later. Tonight we are going to be talking a lot about support systems. The title is a little crazy, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm just going to give people a little bit more time to pop on. Hello, Jamel. If you guys cannot hear me over this music, please let me know. Hello, hello. I'm just going to give it maybe another minute and let people pop on. We are talking a lot about support systems tonight. It's called Me, Myself, and I for a reason. And I'm going to share that with you in a little bit. But the theory behind the scopes are this. I have a website called lifesdiary.net. And hi, Asha from Philly. How are you? Asha's one of my favorite names. I have a student named Asha, and she is such a beautiful, beautiful girl. I love that name, Asha. So the scope sessions are based on the website Life's Diary. And on the website, there are, you're welcome, sweetheart. There are blog postings. And in the blog posting, there is a heroine who, as I once said, the heroine always remains nameless. She's faceless. The reason being is because when you read these and you see she, I want you to envision yourself in her shoes, because when I write about things, I'm writing about things that women go through all the time. So, me, myself, and I. In this particular blog posting, our heroine has decided that she wants to really pursue her passions and pursue her dreams, and she's super excited about fulfilling these things and following after her dreams. And in her excitement, she decides to go and tell her family about all the amazing things that she wants to do with her life, how she's finally found her purpose and her drive. So, as she tells her family, she does not get the support that she's expecting. As she tells her family, she kind of gets blank stares, and they ask her if she's making money from it yet. She tells them not yet. She's really just starting her path. And because she doesn't get the support that she's expecting, she leaves the dinner and she goes in the car and she's in tears and she's upset. And the reason why I wrote that is because there are so many times when we as women, or just we as people in general, go and share our dreams and our visions, and we want someone to understand us, and we want someone to connect with us, and that doesn't happen. We find ourselves as kind of talking to ourselves, which has happened a lot. Me, myself, and I, the theory behind that is this. You have to be willing to be your own support system for quite a while. When you decide to go after your dreams and your goals and your visions, not everyone is going to understand that. So the question you have to ask yourself in, supporting yourself is, what do you do now? No one's supporting me. No one's listening to me. No one even really cares. So the question is, do you give up? Do you give into self-pity? Do you give into self-limiting thoughts and words? And truth be told, women's organization on campus, I didn't get the support I was expecting. So this is what we're going to get to, Jamel. You have to, first things first, if you give up on what you know you're supposed to be doing and what you're called to do, at that point, you find, hi, Ro, how are you? At that point, you're not really ready to walk in your purpose or your calling. If you give up because no one understands your vision that's for you anyway, you're not really ready to walk in it. You kind of, yes, you did. Welcome, welcome. You're not really ready to walk in it. You have to be at the point where your vision is so important to you that you almost come out swinging. So it's like no one understands, Jamel. No one understands that you want to start this women's organization. And they're so important. No one understands that you want women to get along and work together. Then, Jamel, you have to keep going. And when I say you have to come out swinging, you have to really come out swinging, meaning you have to hold on to your dream so much that you don't let anyone stop you from attaining it. You have to be ready to make it happen, and you have to really hold on to it. Because the fact of the matter is, and we all know this, but sometimes we need these reminders, no one has control over your life but you. So if you get a blank stare because you started something that's important to you, they just gonna have to give you a blank stare. And that's real. Thank you for sharing, Ro. And that's real. If they tell you can't get it done, you're gonna have to just get it done, because God gave you that vision. And that's real. And if God has given you that vision, that means that somebody somewhere needs that vision. And I'm going to tell you why it's important to carry on, even though you may not have support. I'm telling you, sometimes you are going to have it's just you and yourself for your own support. There are so many times where it's just me, where I feel like I'm the only one that understands me, and it's just me pushing myself and giving myself the pat on the back. But I'm going to tell you why it's so important. And here is my testimony about that. A few months ago, I shared my testimony in Periscope. I shared how I was homeless, how I had lost everything, and how I was living in and out of hotel rooms, finishing my degree, and how eventually I got hired to help build an elementary school. And I'm building this elementary school, helping to build this elementary school, and I'm going to a hotel room at night. I ended up getting an apartment. The school started July 5th. I got into an apartment July 4th. So talk about having a time. And I shared that on Periscope. And there ended up being a woman on Periscope, and no one was really watching, but 2 or 3 people. But out of those 2 or 3 people, there ended up being a woman that was homeless. There ended up being a woman that was struggling. And me sharing that with her pushed her and motivated her. So at that point, had I stopped and had I not shared what I knew because it felt like no one was listening or no one was watching or no one wanted to hear, that woman would have never gotten her blessing. And that's a powerful thing to think about. If you stop the vision that God has given for you, if you don't carry through with your plans and with your dreams and with your visions and goals, someone that benefits from that, someone that should be benefiting from that, won't benefit from it. And that's a powerful thing to think about. Even if it's one person, Jesus went back and got the one sheep was worth it to him. And that's how we have to think. So Jamel, with your women's organization, you have to keep going. You have to keep setting up your meetings, no matter what. Even if it's just you in the meeting, reading a book, have some coffee. Even if it's just you, you have to continue on, sweetheart. Because at some point, God is going to lead one girl on your campus to come into that organization, and you never know what she's going to be going through. You might be the person she needs at that moment. And that is the importance of pushing through, even when you have no support. Even when you're giving me a list of reasons why I shouldn't do it, if I feel it in my heart, I'm going to get it done. And I said in my last Periscope session, you have to want to win. And that's real talk. When you have been given a vision for your life, you really have to want to win, because this stuff is not easy. And everybody that's going for their dreams and for their passions, everyone that's walking in their purpose will tell you it can get nitty gritty sometimes when you are trying to do, hey Lisa, when you are, and someone else just popped on. I want to say hi. I think it was Peace and Balance. I love that name, by the way. But you have to want to win, because it's not going to be easy. Everyone's going to tell you no. You're going to tell yourself no. But you really have to want to win as much as you need to breathe. So you have to need to win in this life. And one thing about, visions and dreams and goals is this. And I've learned this, and it's a biblical lesson. I grew up a PK. I'm a preacher's kid. And, a lot of the things that we go through in life, the Bible is the only instruction manual we have. So if I go back to that, let's go back to the story of Joseph. And many of us know the story of Joseph, and we learn it as Joseph in his multicolored coat. But there were so many different little nuggets in that story. So Joseph was given dreams and visions at a very young age. At a young age, Joseph knew he was meant to be a leader, and Joseph was ready to be a leader. But what did Joseph do? New God had something special for him. Joseph went and told all his brothers. And he told people that he was supposed to trust. Sometimes your own family and your own best friends are not going to be there to support you. You got to keep going anyway. Jesus said a prophet is not without honor except in his own country. Meaning, strangers might support you more than your own folks do. That has to be okay too. You have to get a little bit of a hard heart when it comes to that. But back to Joseph. So he shared his dream and his vision. He told every vision he had, he told. And his brothers that he's supposed to trust, they got jealous. Threw homeboy into a pit. And if that wasn't enough, they faked his death and they sold him off into slavery. Like, jeez. People get jealous. And that's another thing that we have to understand. Sometimes the closest person to you is going to get jealous. You don't always need to share everything. Sometimes you just have to do. So what I mean when I say this is, people at my job at the school, a lot of people have no clue about my writings. They don't know anything about my website until in a conversation they come across and they're like, wait a minute, I saw your website. I didn't know you had a website. Because that's my dream and that's my vision. It wasn't for me to go around telling everybody, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I just did it. And that way, no one could tell me it couldn't get done because it was going to get done regardless. When I became the lead advisor, I don't know if Elisa's still in here. She is the president of Young Women Creating Change, our organization, Jamal, our organization in our high school. When I decided to jump on and be lead advisor, no one was doing it at the time. And truth be told, a couple of people had told me, oh, that's a heavy task. That's going to take a lot out of you. Well, the fact of the matter is, I had felt that in my spirit to do that back in November and December. And I had to talk with the school social worker, and she was the only one I told. And I said, I want to take the organization and be the lead advisor for it. And I want to see it grow. And I want to see it get back to where it was. And I'm going to do it. And the next thing you know, thankfully, the girls were very accepting of me coming in as a lead advisor. And now we are doing some pretty amazing things. We are having a girl forum. We just had a great women's empowerment luncheon. We're starting a Celebrating Girls campaign tomorrow. Again, not everyone understood my vision. It wasn't for everyone to understand my vision. But I knew, yeah, she's still here. But I knew what I wanted these girls to do and be and go. And when I started lifesdiary.net, I knew what I wanted to do. So sometimes you have to keep that vision to yourself. And sometimes you have to just work on that vision. And that's your light at the end of the tunnel a lot of times. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're doing this all on your own for the entire time. You know, after a while, when you're doing it on your own, and I feel like God kind of chuckles a little bit because even he wants to see how much this means to us. And we're just doing these things, you know, just playing these things out, being obedient to what God will want us to do. And that obedience has to come even when no one else is coming. Again, listen, and my girls will tell you, I don't always come off as one to go back to biblical principles, but I have to. Jesus said plenty of times, you can connect with me. I'm on Instagram at Shamar Latanya. Which is the same handle as my Periscope. I am on Facebook. You can actually also DM me on Instagram. It's the same handle as my Periscope. If you DM me on Instagram, I'll give you my my contact information. I'll give you my email. I give you my phone number. We can go back and forth because starting organizations are not easy. You have to be willing to do it on your own. Obedience means even when no one else is there. So when I was a part of a church, I also worked in the ministry for a few years. We started a church and it was good. I'm so happy. I would love to connect with you, Jamal. We started a church, and in this church we had no building. We were going from house to house, place to place. And there were times when my poor pastor, he just preached to his wife, his kids, and me and my family. And that was it. There were times he would come in a Sunday service and there would be absolutely nobody there. But he was obedient and he still preached and he still kept going. And even amongst that, we lost buildings. But the man kept preaching, never canceled a Sunday service. Sometimes on Saturday night, we didn't know where we was going for church on Sunday morning. But by Sunday morning, we all got the text and we had somewhere to go and we had church. That's obedience because that was his vision given to him by God and he had to carry it out. So if you don't have a support system right now, I find that when you are obedient to what you're supposed to do, meaning when you honor your vision and when you honor your goals, even when everyone else tells you you're crazy, eventually your vibe will attract your tribe. Meaning you won't start to meet other women that are called crazy and that are called dreamers and that are told that they can't do it. And then you all will connect together. It's a synergy. For me, that was women by choice. When I got divorced, everyone thought I was nuts. Everyone called me selfish. Everyone told me, people told me that the best life I had was when I was a wife, and it would get no better. I beg to differ, because I don't think I've ever been more happier in my life. Now, I miss being in a relationship. I'm going to tell you that. Yeah, Ro. Some of the most awful things that said to me, I was called plenty of things when I decided to take control of my life. I was called selfish. What about your daughter? You're not setting a good example. You want your cake, you want to eat it too. It doesn't have to be that way. Now, my next marriage, I plan on it needs to be a healthy marriage. I definitely believe in marriage. Don't ever think you're going to come to a periscope of mine. I'm going to tell you not to get married. I'm going to tell you to get married if it's in God's timing. And that's the person that God has for you. I'm a big fan of marriage and relationships. But I'm also a big fan of women living their very best life. And part of living your very best life is knowing who you are and walking in your purpose and calling no matter what. So, that measure of support, that will eventually come. You'll end up getting a measure of support. For me, it was women by choice. I started meeting, I ran across women by choice. I say it all the time. I just wrote for them and I became an editor-in-chief, and I started meeting these women that were just like me. And the women that were different from me, it was like we had differences that complemented each other. It was amazing. And I remember one time, my sis Kimbretta, I was talking to her and our stories were so similar. I was just like, wow, I'm meeting women who took control of their life as well. And I never looked back. And these women have become my sisters. Even up until now, Ro is on here, and she, I forgot how we connected. I think it was through Periscope and through, Corinne, and, she's here tonight, and we jump on our sisters Corinne's Periscope a lot together. You just like to find that you'll meet people that have that same drive that you do, and you'll get the support you need after a while, soon enough. So in the meantime, if it's not happening for you right now, Jamel, I saw your comment earlier where you said that that's how you felt with starting your women's organization. Okay, hey, Ro. Jamel, I saw your comment. If you're still here, Jamel, I want you to throw up an emoji, because this next part is really going to apply to you, because I can only imagine that you are getting so frustrated with starting this organization and not getting the support you need. Hey, girl. Okay, so this is what you do, Jamel. If you find, and Eliza should be on here too. For a while, Eliza when I met Eliza, she wasn't even the president, but girlfriend was working like she was the president. And there was nobody else really moving with her. Not a whole lot of people. She was going though. Until your support system comes, you focus on your dream, on your vision, facts. You focus on putting positive energy out at all times. You are going to want to lose your mind on people. And that's the truth. You are going to want to go off on some folks. And that is the truth. I am here to tell you that is exactly what people want you to do. That's what they're looking for you to do. And you can't afford to do that, especially, and I told my Young Women Create Change girls this last Friday, when you have put yourself out there as the brand of your organization, you don't have the luxury of going off on people and telling people off left and right. You have to put all the positive energy out there no matter what. So that means that even if you're frustrated because it's just you still put positive energy out there. And eventually, what will happen is people will start to believe the hype. They'll be like, you know what? Okay, there was nobody there, but Jamel still kept going. Jamel is holding another meeting and there's nobody there. Let me go in and see what Jamel is talking about. Jamel is still smiling and nobody comes to her stuff. Let me go see what Jamel is talking about. Eliza was one of those. She's quite inspirational. Eliza, when I became the lead advisor, Eliza came up to me and was like, "This is what we do. This is how we do it." It was just her, and they did nothing all year. But Eliza was like, "Let me tell you how this is going to work," and I can get behind that. And now we're moving. So Jamel, I'm telling you, keep going, sister, because we were like that. Members wouldn't show up. It was just us. And then eventually we got new members in. We got new girls into the group eventually. Like I said, we're kicking off our school-wide campaign tomorrow. We have a girls forum. And at this girls forum, that was another forum, Jamel, that nobody wanted to come to. And I'm sorry, I just feel like I have to address Jamel. Please do not take offense. This is for every woman. But when we started our girl forum, nobody wanted to come. Nobody believed we can do it. We couldn't get a date. Me and these girls said, we're going to do this. And we got a date. And next thing you know, within 1 week, we have the Assistant Attorney General coming to speak to our girls. We've got the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at University of Connecticut coming to speak to our girls. It started to come together. So, dear women, at any point in your life, you can't ever afford to give up. You can't ever afford to let that's great. It took a lot of work, honey. A lot of work. So I'm telling you, Jamel, don't give up. Don't give up. You can't afford to give up. You're the only one counting on you. Your dream is counting on you. Your vision is counting on you. And not to mention, I want you to think about this. Somewhere up there, God and those angels that he has over your life is looking down. And I'm about to cry just thinking about this. They are cheering you on. They are wanting you to keep going. They are praying for you. They are praying for your strength. They are praying for your continued vision. They are praying for your continued goal. So you're not, sounds like we're from the same area. I'm actually in Connecticut, but I was born and raised down in Maryland. So we're on the East Coast. We're not too far from each other. So you have support. Sometimes you just don't see it. So I am not going to hold you for much longer because it is already 8:22. I try not to go over half an hour. But I want you to understand something. Sis, you got this. Sisters, you have this. Nothing and no one can stop you unless you choose to give up, unless you choose to be done. So I saw this meme, and Elisa's probably going to laugh. She's probably going to say, bye, coach. I saw this little... You're from Peace and Bonds. I'm so happy you need to hear this. Wait, Jamel, you from Connecticut? I thought you said you was from Philly. Oh, Jamel, we are definitely gonna have to talk, Jamel, because we are right here in Hartford, Connecticut. This is the beauty of Periscope. I have no clue who Jamel is, and she's from Connecticut. We are gonna have to that must have been somebody else that was from Philly. I'm sorry, Jamel. Well, Jamel, find me on Instagram at Shamar Latanya, same handle. Send me. You're from Bloomfield. Get out. We're right in Hartford. Okay, send me a DM. We'll exchange information and we'll see what we can do and how we can get together. So, Jamel, I want you to understand this. Think about something. What if I decided that only a few people were popping on Periscope tonight and I would not do this Periscope? You and I would have never connected. And you, with your frustrations of starting your women's organization, would have never met someone who had gone through the same thing, Jamel. So I want you to think about that. So this was God in all his glory right here. So send me a DM, and I'll send you all my information over Instagram. Look at God, right? Won't he do it? So find me on Instagram at Shamar Latanya Jamel and send me a DM and we'll switch information and we'll meet up and we'll talk a little bit and see what we can do to really help each other out. Jamel, we have a girl forum coming up at our school May 7th. We're at Capitol Prep in Hartford, Connecticut. So we have a girl forum coming up. Elisa, I see all those blue hearts, girl. So we are in Hartford, Connecticut at... Oh, my Wi-Fi won't let me be great. Ro, mine was doing that earlier. So we're in Hartford, Connecticut, Jamel. We have a girl forum happening on May 7th. You are more than welcome to pop by. We've got some really great people that are coming, and we've got some really great activities. Elisa's saying, yes, come. I thought that was the blue hearts. I see all the blue hearts and purple hearts. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So pop by, come see us, but send me the DM, and we'll go from there. And people... This is the importance of following your dreams. If you just popped on Ro, as I was speaking to Jamel, I felt like this leading in my spirit to speak to Jamel directly about carrying out her dream for her women's organization on her campus. And as it turned out, Jamel is 15 minutes away from me. And we would have never known it had I not popped on Periscope. If I decided to say only a few people are on, I'm not going to do this, I would have never met Jamel. and we've never been able to connect. So look at God. And that's the importance of being obedient. So I'm happy this happened. Keep going. Keep pushing. As I said, there's this meme that I love, and the meme says, girl, you better follow your dreams with your cute self. And that is what I want to tell you, girl. I'm going to do the ghetto pop. I'm going to do it. Girl, you better follow your dreams with your cute self. We are... That's peace and balance. Thank you for the blue hearts, peace and balance. I saw all the hearts you were throwing up. Thank you so much. And I believe, thank you so much. You are so inspirational. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you all something. And Elisa knows this because she sees me day in and day out. Sometimes Elisa has to tell me, she says bye, coach, at least twice a day. You're getting me. This is everything that I've been through, everything I've dealt with. I'm never going to give you anything that I haven't been through myself, because I wouldn't even know how to bring it to you. And I got to bring it to you real. So I'm bringing you things that I've gone through. And if I can be an inspiration to another woman and another girl, then I have literally lived my purpose for that day. This is my first time in your scope, and I enjoyed it. I will be back. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. So these scopes, peace and balance, these scopes happen every Tuesday and Thursday. And what I need you to do is, I need you to go visit my website. It's lifesdiary.net. LIFESDIARY.net. And on lifesdiary.net, you'll see the content that I am scoping to you about. So tonight was a blog posting that I put on lifesdiary.net called Me, Myself, and I. On Tuesday, I did one about taking baby steps to achieve your dreams, because even baby steps mean that you're moving some kind of way. On Tuesday, I need y'all to get all your girls on Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, at least get all the girls. On Tuesday, I am talking about, some relationship stuff. It's called Real, Recognize Real. And I am talking about what you do when you feel like you are putting in more effort than the other person. As a woman, what exactly do you do? So I'm going to be talking about that on Tuesday. This is all by leading of the Holy Spirit. Thank you. This periscope will be in it also. I'm coming to hear that one, girl. Let me tell you. And I went through that last week, and my guy friend was like, "What are you even doing? I can't go there with you right now." But I'm in there like swimmer. Yes, Elisa, and I know you know what I'm talking about, because I know that I know, because we had this conversation at a basketball game one night about giving more than the other person. But the post for that is on right now. It's on my website, It's on lifesdiary.net. It's called Real, Recognize Real. And if you read that, I guarantee you'll probably see yourself in that. What, Elisa? Yeah, Elisa, our little inside joke. Money turned the noodles into pasta. Money turned the tuna into lobster. So anywho, thank you all for popping on tonight at 9:00. My Women by Choice sister, Corinne Marie, will be doing a scope with her husband. These scopes are really amazing. They are all about relationships. I am trying to get past third date. I'm trying to go past a week before I don't like somebody somewhat. They only get like a week left, and all of a sudden I'll be like, I'm not sure if I like this person. I'm trying to get past the third date here, people. So that is, I think her handle is Love Corinne Marie. Power couple. They are a power couple, powered by God. So at 9:00, go over, come back on the periscope. The name is Love Corinne Marie. Miss Ro, can you just put up Corinne's handle for me? Lucas Tyndall. Yep. Ro, if you could just put up their handle for me so people will know. And we know it gets really real in the scope too. Not only does it get real, but it's funny. The scope family is amazing. At 9:00, go over and see her. I am Corinne. Yes, there we go. Follow her. Her and her husband do some amazing scopes about relationships. So go follow her tonight at 9. 8:30, I'm about to pop on and watch my girl Keita Joy do some studying. Thank you for joining me tonight. We are back here Tuesday. Also, new content will be on the website as of Saturday morning. This periscope will be on the website. And Monday, the next step in the program, the next phase in the vision. Monday mornings are hard. I personally hate Monday mornings. However, that has got to change. So, if you have some time at 7 a.m. on Monday morning, even if you're in your car, I'm going to, on my Instagram at Shamar Latanya, same handle as Periscope, I am going to put up a flyer. Every Monday at 7 a.m. I will be doing a motivational call. You can call in, and it's for 15 minutes only, because I know we ain't got time. It's 15 minutes only. We are going to do 15 minutes of motivation to kickstart your day, kickstart your week, because you have to be positive, because that's how you get that positive energy back. Yes, 7 o'clock Eastern. That would be, I think that would be 6 a.m. Central. So 7 a.m. Eastern, we are kicking off the day. I'm in this with you all because I'm getting up early. Usually I'm about 7 o'clock. I'm still doing my makeup. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be up already. 6 Central, yes. So I'm going to be up early with y'all. So this is for all of us, because usually I'm just still doing my makeup and stuff. And we're going to kickstart our week with some positive, motivational stuff. We are going to kickstart our day off with something positive, and I want you to carry that throughout the day. Also on the website, I gotta go. There is a motivational video on my website called Unbroken. I want you to go to my website. It's under my images and video, and I want you to scroll down. And there's some great little quotes from yours truly up there too, you know. And I want you to scroll down and watch that video. I watch it every day. It is wonderful, wonderful motivation. Just to never give up. Don't get caught up in your feelings and keep going. You're here for a purpose. You think you're just here to take up space and die? Nah. When God created you, he gave you a name. He gave you a personality. He gave you features. When God created you, he had a plan for you. He didn't just put you here to take up space and die, girl. No, you got things to do, and we gonna help you get those things done. Okay, so have a wonderful night, Aliza. I will see you in the morning. I believe we have a Young Women Creating Change meeting tomorrow. We are getting ready to do some amazing things. I'm so excited about this Celebrating Girls campaign kicking off. I will see you in the morning. To my beautiful sisters on the scope, yes we do. To my beautiful sisters on the scope, thank you for popping by. Peace and balance. It was wonderful meeting you. I can't wait to see you again. Ro, you are the girl. You said you would be here. You are. Thank you. And Jamel, I still can't believe you're here in Connecticut, in Bloomfield. What a coincidence. Like, seriously, what a coincidence. So DM me on Instagram and we will connect, my dear. All in all, have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Love you too, sis. We'll do good, Jamal. I'm glad everybody had a good time. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. Follow me on Instagram so I'll know to connect with you all at Shamar Latanya. Follow me. That way I know how to connect with you all, and I can start tagging you in some different things. Okay? Have a great night.